Museum Kroon, closed for refurbishing. Damn it, wait, maybe there's another museum.
I can't remember what the French call the Baphomet idol. Was it Marseille?
I don't think so. I think it was something with an S.
If only someone could help us.
Pardon me? It would be silly to rip them off. It would be an advertising column with a few commercial posters. Not very interesting. Apart from one advertisement I noticed right away. Retired gendarme looking for a vacancy as an assistant policeman. Assistant policeman. That's typical of the French. Under the main part of the advertisement, there's another sentence. Don't cross the road until the little man shows green. This would make sense if there was water in there and it was 40 degrees or more. It says that Montfaucon is collecting donations for the Third World next Saturday. The priest invites the congregation to come and listen to the choir sing. That's it! Why didn't I remember the priest sooner? He knew about the Templars when I first came to Paris. Maybe he can help. Pardon me.
Yes, what can I do for you?
This church is just as splendid as I remember.
Yes, it is, and that is thanks to the people of the parish, who have given large donations not only to support the poor souls in the Third World, but also for the restoration of this church. Are you coming to this service next Saturday?
I can't promise anything, but I'll try to be there.
I'd be so grateful.
Can you tell me what the idol of Baphomet used to be called?
Baphomet?
No, I mean in French.
Oh well, let me think. I can't remember, but I remember seeing the name somewhere here in this church.
Okay, I'll take a look around. Thanks anyway.
You are very welcome.
Have you seen Nicole Collard lately? She's my girlfriend. Black hair, smartly dressed. I'm looking for her.
Every day scores of people enter these walls. I find it hard to remember all their names and faces. But I am sure you will find her. God will be with you.
Do you remember me?
Oh, you're the man whose chalice I cleaned.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's alright. I enjoyed doing it.
Really? That's a relief. As I take a closer look, I see it. The writing Baphomet below the illustration of Jesus can easily be made out. But there's something written underneath it, much smaller. A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists.
What can I do for you, monsieur?
Do you have ice cream?
No, I'm sorry, but we do not have any ice cream. But we do have quite cheap ice lollies.
Okay. I'd like a piece of cake.
Oh, excusez-moi. Our patisserie couldn't deliver any cakes this week.
I'll have a coffee. Black coffee, please.
Anything else? Here we are, sir. A black coffee.
I'd like to pay, please.
That is 16 euros 80.
What? That's a ripoff. Okay. I don't have a choice, do I? A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists. I wonder if they'll miss it. I guess not. I can see the small writing through the magnifying glass. It reads Sue. That's it. Always useful. Hello? Sue?
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you very much.
No, not at all. Maybe you can help me in exchange.
Okay, what's the problem?
Have you heard about the explosion a few years back?
What?
The explosion! Broken glass all around, me in the middle.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Boom, and everything was broken. Luckily, I was able to save myself by diving out of the way like a cat.
Well, that's really exciting.
Yeah, it was, kind of. Can you tell me where I can find a museum that houses objects from the age of the Templars?
Let me think. How about the Museum Natres near the Montfaucon?
Thanks, you've been a great help. There are two cashiers staring at a TV set. Can you tell me something about...
Be quiet out there.
Come back later.
But I can't go in without a ticket.
That's not our problem. We're watching the match.
You won't just let me in there, will you?
I can't. There's restoration work going on in there. The exhibits will be available in about 2 months.
Nice weather. Perfect for playing football. Outside.
I can't take it any longer, sir. Could you stop talking about football, please?
Aren't you interested in the match? Your colleagues in the ticket booth are watching the match between France and Germany. Don't you want to see that match?
You're right, of course. I'd love to see the match, but I'm not allowed to leave my post here. That's why I'd be much obliged if you could stop talking about it. It makes me sad.
Your colleagues are watching the game in the ticket booth, and you're here. Don't you think it's a little unfair that you have to work?
Well, what can I say? I tried to take the day off, but my colleagues were faster than me.
I've tried it the nice and friendly way. Now it's time for a dastardly piece of cunning. Oh my god, a penalty for the French team! What a brutal foul on Zidane!
I must see that game. Could you take over my post for a minute while I go and watch the penalty?
Sure, pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. Don't let anyone in. I'll be back in a minute.
It's not an FHM, but you must always educate yourself with new things. It's some kind of science magazine. Main subject, bone findings in Israel. Sounds interesting. Behind the thick glass pane, I can see an old piece of parchment. But what does it say? Behind the thick This says that the parchment is one of the last documents written by Jacques de Molay. Shortly before he was burnt at the stake, he is said to have told one of his servant boys, Geoffrey de Charnay, the secret of a lost seal that was said to be more powerful than 1,000 gods. Wow, 1,000 gods, huh? Not just one, but 1,000. It says, Molay instructed Charnay to look for the seal, but before he could find it, he met the same fate as his master. Charnay was burnt alive by the French Inquisition. Although managed to hide the parchment from his enemies, the seal has remained lost to this day. The only trace that the parchment gives leads to is Portugal Tomar, a provincial small town northeast of Lisbon, the Templars' last European stronghold in the 14th century. When Tomar fell and the order was destroyed, the seal disappeared in the confusion of the war. But it is assumed that the seal is still hidden somewhere in the area. The sandy and rocky hills of Tomar are an attractive destination for archaeologists, tourists, and adventurous treasure seekers. That must be it. Tomar!
Pardon?
Nothing. It's alright. Stobart, you are fantastic. First, you got rid of the Watchman, and now you even know your next destination. Portugal.